Drip acclimation is an essential step when introducing shrimp to a new aquarium. Unlike fish, shrimp are incredibly sensitive to changes in water parameters, and sudden shifts in things like pH or temperature can cause serious stress or worse. That's where drip acclimation comes in, offering a slow and steady way to help them adjust. In this video, we'll cover why this method is so important, walk through the process step by step, and explain how it can set the stage for a healthy, thriving shrimp tank. Whether you're new to shrimp keeping or already experienced, this process can make all the difference. Let's dive right in. When I first started keeping shrimp, I treated them the same way I did my fish. I'd place the bag they came in into the aquarium for 20 minutes, then release them. However, I noticed a few deaths after each addition and wasn't sure why. That is, until another shrimp keeper told me about drip acclimation and how he always used it when introducing new shrimp. I decided to give it a try and I noticed a 99% survival rate. The 1% that did die usually passed away before I added them to the tank. Since then, I've been drip acclimating my shrimp, and while it is a longer process, I fully stand by and recommend it because it's always worked for me. There are also several other reasons why drip acclimation is highly recommended. First, it helps prevent osmotic shock and stress, which can be fatal for shrimp. Shrimp, like many aquatic invertebrates, are osmoregulators. This means they actively maintain a balance of salts and other dissolved substances inside their bodies and the surrounding water. A sudden change in water parameters can disrupt this delicate balance, leading to osmotic shock. Symptoms of osmotic shock include lethargy, where shrimp may appear motionless, erratic behavior such as unusual twitching or jerky movements, loss of color, difficulty molting, which can sometimes result in the white ring of death, refusal to eat, sudden death, or even swimming to higher water levels in search of more oxygen. There are times you may notice your shrimp molt immediately after being introduced to a new tank. This is known as stress-induced molting and is not the same as osmotic shock or directly caused by it. Stress-induced molting occurs as a response to significant changes in the shrimp's environment. Shrimp may initiate a molt as an adaptive mechanism to adjust more quickly to their new conditions. While stress can trigger molting, not all stress-induced molts result in osmotic shock. However, newly molted shrimp are more vulnerable to osmotic shock due to their softer shells and increased sensitivity to water parameter changes. Second, drip acclimation allows shrimp to slowly adjust to differences in pH, hardness, and other water parameters between their original environment and the new tank. This gradual process significantly increases their survival rates. Some of you may purchase shrimp from your local fish store, where the water parameters may not match those in your tank. Others may order shrimp online from a different province, state, or even country, where the water parameters can be vastly different from pH to temperature. In both cases, you are investing a lot of money in these sensitive creatures, so it's worth giving them the best possible chance to thrive in their new environment. Finally, third, drip acclimation can help extend the lifespan of shrimp. A gradual adaptation allows your bodies to adjust slowly, reducing the release of stress hormones. Lower stress levels mean shrimp expend less energy coping with environmental changes, which supports overall health. Stress can weaken the immune system, making shrimp more prone to diseases, parasites, and chronic health issues. It can also reduce their appetite, affecting their overall vitality. By minimizing stress, shrimp adapt to their new environment more smoothly, experience healthier molts, and enjoy improved overall longevity. Reduced stress also boosts breeding success, which not only extends the genetic lifespan of the population, but also contributes to the health and lifespan of individual shrimp. By ensuring a smooth transition to their new environment, drip acclimation lays the foundation for a healthier and longer life, potentially adding months or even years to their lifespan. So, how do you drip acclimate shrimp and how long does it take? Whenever I get new shrimp, the first thing I do is empty the bag of water that came in along with the shrimp into a separate container. If you've purchased your shrimp online and they've been in transit for a few days, it's a good idea to add a small amount of dechlorinator to detoxify any ammonia that may have built up during shipping. Next, I take an IV tube, place one end into my tank, suck on the other end to start the siphon, and place the tube into the container. I then adjust the flow to about 1 to 2 drops per second. If you don't have an IV tube, you can use airline tubing. Simply tie a knot in it and adjust the knot until you get the desired flow of 1 to 2 drops per second. Alternatively, you can use a flow control valve to adjust the flow. Personally, I love using IV tubing as it's extremely easy to adjust the flow and the tubing itself is pretty long. If you're interested in purchasing IV tubing, I'll leave a link for it in the description below. Once the siphon is going, I'll leave the container to drip for about 3 hours. If your container is small, you may need to scoop out some water occasionally, so keep an eye on it to avoid overflow. After 3 hours, I'll net the shrimp and transfer them to their new tank. I never add the water they came with or the siphoned water back into the aquarium to avoid any potential contamination. Now, there are times when you don't need to drip acclimate your shrimp. First, if you're moving your shrimp between your own tanks and the water parameters are very similar, drip acclimation may not be necessary. Second, and this mainly applies to those of you who buy shrimp online, if the shrimp arrive in extremely poor conditions, they may require an immediate transfer to better water. In this case, a faster acclimation method, similar to the 20-minute bag-in method used for fish, might be needed. For me, drip acclimation is a crucial step in keeping shrimp. It's a process I've followed for many years and will continue to do so. Given how much I've invested in my shrimp, maintaining a high survival rate is extremely important. Some of you may prefer the 20-minute bag-in method, and if it's been working for you, then keep doing what you're doing. I'm simply recommending an alternative method for those who may be noticing their newly added shrimp are stressed or dying. So, what acclimation method do you currently use for your shrimp? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you enjoyed learning about drip acclimation for shrimp, be sure to check out these 2 videos, which are just as important for keeping and caring for shrimp. And don't forget to subscribe for more shrimp keeping tips and guides. I'm Andy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I've made shrimp keeping a little easier for you. I'll catch you in the next one.